In an age of empires forged by sword and fire, few names resonate with the grandeur and power of Suleiman the Magnificent. His story is not just the tale of a man, but the saga of an empire at its zenith, a legacy etched in stone, law, and legend. From the gilded halls of power to the blood-soaked fields of battle, this is the story of the 10th and longest reigning Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. In the year 1520, a young man of 26 ascended to the most powerful throne in the Islamic world. This was Suleiman, stepping into the vast halls of the Topkapi Palace in Constantinople, a city teeming with life and ambition. Inheriting an empire already formidable, he was poised on the brink of a new era. The world watched as this new Sultan, blessed with immense wealth and a disciplined army, prepared to carve his name into the annals of history. His reign would not merely continue the conquests of his forefathers, it would define the very peak of Ottoman power and influence. Suleiman's military genius quickly became legendary across Europe and Asia. He was a conqueror in the mold of Alexander and Caesar, leading his janissaries from the front. Animated maps would show the Ottoman crescent expanding relentlessly. In 1521, the formidable fortress of Belgrade, the gateway to Central Europe, fell to his armies. A year later, the Knights of St. John were driven from their stronghold on the island of Rhodes after a grueling siege. But it was the Battle of Mohács in 1526 that sent shockwaves through Christendom. In a devastatingly swift victory, the Kingdom of Hungary was shattered, paving the way for a century of Ottoman dominance in the region. Suleiman's campaigns stretched from the gates of Vienna to the sands of Persia, making his empire a true global superpower. Yet, his legacy was not forged solely on the battlefield. Within his sprawling domain, he was known as Kanuni, the Lawgiver. Suleiman recognized that a great empire required more than just military might. It needed justice and order. He undertook a sweeping reformation of the legal system, codifying a set of secular laws that complemented Islamic jurisprudence. This new legal framework brought structure and fairness to millions of his subjects for centuries. His patronage also ushered in a golden age of Ottoman culture. Under his watchful eye, art, poetry, and architecture flourished. Magnificent mosques, bridges, and aqueducts rose across the empire, testaments to a ruler who was as much a builder as he was a conqueror. Behind the formidable Sultan stood an equally formidable woman, Hürrem Sultan. Snatched from her homeland and brought to the imperial harem, she captured Suleiman's heart and mind in a way no woman had before. Theirs was a powerful and genuine love story that defied all convention. Suleiman broke with centuries of tradition to make her his legal wife. Hürrem rose from the confines of the harem to become his most trusted advisor, a shrewd political operator who corresponded with foreign kings and influenced matters of state. Her journey from slave to empress was a testament to her intelligence and a symbol of the profound power she wielded beside the magnificent Sultan. As the decades passed, the weight of the empire began to show on the aging Sultan. The golden years gave way to a twilight shadowed by personal tragedy. The loss of his beloved Hürrem left a void that could never be filled. Compounding his grief were the bitter succession disputes that erupted among his sons. The web of court intrigue and political maneuvering forced Suleiman into heartbreaking decisions, including the execution of his own capable son, Mustafa, a decision that haunted him for the rest of his days. The once invincible ruler became a weary, isolated figure, surrounded by the ghosts of his past. Even in his old age, the warrior sultan could not resist the call of the battlefield. In 1566, at the age of 71, Suleiman led his army on one final campaign, laying siege to the fortress of Szigetvar in Hungary. It was here, in his command tent on the eve of a victory he would not live to see, that the magnificent Sultan died. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy was immortal. Today, the majestic Süleymaniye Mosque still dominates the Istanbul skyline, a sublime and enduring monument to a man whose reign was, and remains, truly magnificent.